Hi, you're watching Save the Semiquincentennial, also known as America at 250. That is 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which we are supposed to celebrate in just 3 years. Will we make it? Donald Trump and the right wing have said, and you can Google it, that they will tear up the Constitution on January 20th, 2025. America will become an autocracy. Trump will be a red Caesar seeking retribution. They're just saying it openly. So in these videos, we want to review the brilliant thinkers and doers who have made America great, period. And then urge you to vote and help save the country. In this video, we'll look at Harriet Tubman, called the American Moses, who survived and overcame the institution that ironically helped build this country and at the same time nearly destroyed it, and whose lingering aftermath lies at the heart of our national crisis today. Well, I'm Dave Balog, author of the Healing the Brain book series. I was editor at the Dana Foundation for 15 years. I have a deep interest in history and politics. I graduated with a degree in history from Hamilton College. While Harriet Tubman fought fiercely for herself and her family against human slavery. In her long life, she spoke brutal truth to power. Her actions helped shape a nation. In 1619, Virginia colonists brought 20 to 30 enslaved Africans to a beach in South Carolina. Those who were forced ashore on that August day were the first of 12.5 million Africans who would be taken from their homes and brought in chains across the Atlantic, in the largest forced migration in human history until World War II. According to the 1619 Project, published by the New York Times, America, all aspects of it, were forever changed by slavery. Slave labor was the backbone of America's rapid economic rise on the world stage. The silence surrounding Thomas Jefferson's ownership of slaves and his descendants has recently receded from history. His Monticello estate was a working plantation on which he kept his slaves in bondage until he died. Jefferson's long relationship with his slave mistress, Sally Hemings, produced 6 children. DNA testing of descendants in the 1990s removed any doubt of his paternity. Slaves built great wealth for both the North and South. At one time, the second richest man in the nation was a Rhode Island slave trader. Enslaved people were used as collateral for mortgages centuries before the home mortgage became the defining characteristic of Middle America. In colonial times, when land was not worth much and banks didn't exist, most lending was based on human property. The best and earliest accounting textbooks were based on slave management. Well, Harriet Tubman was born in Maryland, a slave state, in the early 1820s. She was born a slave in a family of 9 children. Early signs of her keen awareness and resistance to slavery and its horrors came at age 12, when she interviewed to keep her master from beating a fellow slave who tried to escape. On a visit to a local general store on errands, she was hit in the head with a 2-pound weight intended to stop a runaway slave leaving the store. It left her with severe headaches and narcolepsy for the rest of her life. Well, the North Star was literally her guidepost. She escaped to the north, only to return to the south 13 times, leading more than 700 slaves to freedom. The Underground Railroad was neither underground nor a physical structure. It was a network of abolitionists, boat captains, church leaders, and safe houses. Its fiercest leader turned out to be a tiny enslaved woman, Harriet Tubman. She helped others gain their freedom as a conductor on the Underground Railroad, and she was proud to say she never lost a passenger. After passage of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, the job of saving slaves became almost impossible. The Underground Railroad had to expand to Canada. She also served as a spy, a scout, a soldier, and a nurse for the Union Army. Scholars consider her the first African American woman to serve in the military. Tubman was militant in guiding people on the Underground Railroad. She said she was never caught, never lost a passenger, and she did carry a gun to keep her passengers in line, because if just one of them had second thoughts, it would endanger the lives of everyone she was leading. Harriet Tubman participated in other anti-slavery efforts, including consulting with John Brown in his failed 1859 raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia. She did carry a pistol, as I said, for her safety. And the next year, she helped lead, in 1860, she helped lead 150 black soldiers on a gunboat raid in South Carolina. After the war, Tubman raised funds to aid freedmen, joined the quest for women's suffrage, and cared for her aging parents. She settled in central New York, Auburn, New York. There she cared for the elderly in her home, which she turned into a rest home open to everyone. After petitioning the military for a pension, she was finally awarded one in 1899 for her military service. Harriet Tubman died in Auburn, New York in 1913 and was buried there with full military honors. Well, will Harriet Tubman appear on the $20 bill at last? The Biden administration now says that the move to place her image on the $20 bill is back on track after being canceled by the previous guy. But it won't happen. It won't likely happen until 2030. Nothing in the life of this American Moses was easy. So maddeningly is the move to commemorate her life. Well, please learn more about Harriet Tubman and other people who made America truly great. Visit the link in the description below this video and start reading 20 Who Made America Great already, period. And above all, please vote. Follow the link in the description to get registered. Below this video, you'll need to click on the word MORE, that's M-O-R-E, for the full description. Well, thank you, as always, for watching. Be safe, be proud, be involved.